So today we're going to talk about AI research. That's right. AI research. Tips and tricks, do's and don'ts, best practices, etiquette, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Because a couple weeks ago, the Department of Health and Human Services released their MAHA report, their Make America Healthy Again report. And it got a lot of attention in the media, but for all the wrong reasons. So apparently what happened was they got busted using AI for research, and they had some faulty links and some erroneous studies were cited and bad sources and things like that. Altogether, I think, though, there were only 7 out of 200 and some, which is not a bad batting average, to be quite honest, even for non-AI. But I think it sort of sparked this general awakening to the fact that, oh my gosh, our government is using AI for research. And oh my gosh, our medical associations and our newspapers and news organizations and scientists and everybody, oh my God, they're all using AI for research. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. In fact, the government is kind of late to the party getting on the AI train. They could have been a lot more organized many moons ago. But they're the government. It's bureaucracy. What are you going to do, right? So today I'm going to talk to you about where MAHA went wrong in their research, because researching with AI is not a bad thing. It really isn't. I know it's very polarizing. There's a lot of different opinions on the subject, but we're going to get into some core definitions, some core explanations, and some really great tips and tools for you to not get caught up the creek without a paddle when it comes to AI research. Okay, guys, ready? Let's do this. So we're going to start with just some general knowledge stuff. And you might be thinking to yourself, Kelly, who are you to talk about like AI stuff? Well, don't mind if I do. Thank you very much for teeing that up for me. Last year, I went and got myself certified in artificial intelligence and machine learning for data science solutions. So when you want to do your AI research, and this can apply to your everyday, what was the score of the game last night, or, whatever, the stats. But when you really need to get accuracy in check, when it's a report for work or a report for school or college, when it's maybe you're doing research on a health problem for you or your family, when you're looking for financial data, doesn't matter. If you are looking for something that is of significance to your life or to the lives of the people around you, before you even hit enter on that prompt, that you are willing to go just that one extra mile to make sure that everything it's giving back to you is A, what you wanted, and B, accurate. Now, why should I have to do all this extra work, or shouldn't it do all of it for me? No, because it just saved you hours of searching through websites and Yahoo pages. And remember Yahoo? When you'd have to go page, and then hit the little next, and then page 2, page 3. Click on one, and you'd be like, oh, come on, is this the one? No! So time-consuming, so unnerving. The spirit of AI is to fetch, boy. Fetch. It brings it all back to you, and it's all happy. It wants to please you. And so if it detects that you want it to summarize or say things in a certain way, it will. It knows where I stand on food additives and dirty science and ultra-processed foods. It knows what I'm looking for, and it knows what side I'm taking. But I have to make sure that when it's bringing me back the information, I have to make sure, number 1, I'm putting guardrails on it, and number 2, that I'm checking the sources. So here are your first tips. Number 1, always ask the GPT to cite its sources with full hyperlinks. Not the ones that are in a, click here with the word here in blue. Spell out the entire hyperlink. Always cite your sources. Always give me the full hyperlink. I like to go so far as to say only reputable news sources, only widely known or high circulation newspapers. That's your start with that. Start with that. Always ask it to cite its sources, to show you its sources, and to give you the full hyperlinks. Tip number 1. Okay, tip number 2 is a good one, folks. Are you ready? I'm really excited to share this one with you. Okay, so when I am doing research and I need to make sure, I mean, like double, triple, quadruple sure that whatever I'm saying, that the facts that I'm delivering are as close to the absolute scientific truth that I can get, this is where I go to get that information. And it is called dun, 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 Stanford Storm Genie. I will put the link down in the description for you, but it's basically what it says, Stanford Storm Genie. It is a website that is accessible to all for free. It is run by Stanford University, so it is pulling from some of the top journals and scientific papers and white papers and research on everything that's ever been done in the history of the annals of the libraries of the National Congress. Like, I don't know, but it's just it's got everything. It's got everything. If you're looking for top quality sources, this is the site for you. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time going over how it works because it's it's pretty self-explanatory. But let's say I want to say, what do I want to know? The truth about seed oils. How bad are they really? Okay. And I'm going to hit go. Now, what's cool about this website also is that you can have it give it to you just in summation form, like a summary of everything. Oh, it always asks you your writing purpose. An article about healthy oils and fats. Okay. And I like that it does that because there's been a couple times that it could tell that I was sort of on a rampage to find some dirt on like a certain company, and it would be like, wait, why? Tell me again why you're researching this. Like it asked me 3 times. I was like, damn. So make sure that you're going in with the right intentions. And that's actually a really good point to make right here very quickly. I cannot tell you how many times I thought for sure I was going to sit down and I was going to find that one gotcha fact, that one gotcha moment where I was like, ha, 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 you dirty big corporation, you. And I didn't find it. Or it was not what I thought it was, or it was far less juicy than I thought it was. That is when we take a step back and we go, all right, you know what? I was here for the wrong reasons. I shouldn't have been trying to get that gotcha moment in the first place. Lesson learned, right? And that's also when we have an obligation. And I don't mean this as a journalist, but when I'm talking about the food industry to you guys, to my listeners, and I'm giving you the closest I can to facts, it is my obligation. It is my obligation to you that I'm giving you the closest and the truest possible information that I can. That's my obligation. What you do with your information is up to you. But I think that's at least a good learning opportunity for everybody to know that it's very, very easy with AI research to skew facts. It's very, very easy to have it go fetch you what you want to see. Do with that what you will. So this one's taking a heck of a long time to generate, but I want to show you something here too when it comes to checking your sources. I'm going to go to my library. There we go. So a little while back, I was doing some research on glyphosate and Bayer and Roundup, and as I'm scrolling, as I was reading this stuff, I was like, wait a second. The use of glyphosate contributes to enhanced agricultural efficiency. It allows farmers to manage weeds effectively, reducing competition for resources such as water and nutrients. I mean, that is a stretch, right? I thought that was a little far-fetched. So what I did was I clicked it and I was like, okay, biodiversity. The glyphosate renewal group. What? Members of the glyphosate renewal group are like chemicals, Bayer Agriculture, Crop Alliance. Crop Alliance is owned by Bayer. So, for all intents and purposes, to Stanford Storm, the glyphosate renewal group looked legit. So that's where you just gotta keep reading. You just gotta keep hitting those footnotes. You just gotta keep checking the sources and making sure that information that you're getting is exactly what it says it is. Okay, so just go back to Storm and see if it truth about seed oils. Here we go. Gives you a big summary. Table of contents over here. Big summary, historical context, nutritional composition. So I'm going to go through all this later. Now, do I go to every single footnote and check it? No. I like to highlight them to make sure that they're what they say they are. But, you know what's really cool too? Is on the very front page, if you were to go back, boop, 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 you can click conversations. And instead, it will give you two different points of view arguing on the same subject. Haven't really used it yet, but I think it'd be great to argue politics, political points, different sides of the coin. Put a couple, sports enthusiasts in there and let them drag it out. Okay, cool. So that is tip number 2. If you want something tight, buttoned up, that you know is good information, Stanford Storm Genie. Say that 10 times fast. Stanford Storm Genie is the place to start. Okay, on to tip number 3. Is that already number 3? This one's a really good one, you guys. This one's great. Hold on. Okay, so this last AI research tip is one of my favorites. So a lot of times when you're asking AI to give you the resources, cite your sources, give me the hyperlinks, let me go and click on them and check for myself. It becomes frustrating sometimes because not often, but I would say maybe 20% of the time, it gives you a link that doesn't work. It takes you to the website that says, oops, page not found. It can be really frustrating. And I think this is what a lot of people who haven't done a lot of AI research sometimes run into, is they think, oh, well, that was a hallucination. It made up that link. That source was never there. When in actuality, AI runs into the same problems that we do when we're researching. There's a lot of paywalls out there. If you find a link to the New York Times or the Washington Post, a lot of times it won't let you even read the article without signing up or paying for a subscription. It also can't click through to different pages on a website. For instance, say it goes to the FDA.gov and it can see that what I'm looking for is there, that study or whatever, it's there, but it can't click through this link and then that link and then this link to get me there. So all it can really do is get me maybe halfway there, and then it's like, well, that's the best I can do. I'm just going to give her this link, right? So let me show you a little trick that works really, really well when you find out that the link to the source that had the quote or the statistic that you were looking for turns out to be kind of a dead end. So in this case, I believe we are looking at something about RFK Jr. and his ideas on vaccines, right? So I have this source right here. If you can see it, the source roundup, spokesperson via CNN in 2021. I click this link. Now, this is also something you should be wary of if you aren't sure that that's a trusted source or link. I trust this because it says CNN.com. But if it said Bob's Backyard Brawler News, I don't know that I would trust it. There have been thousands of links that I've clicked through the ChatGPT that have been perfectly fine. There was only one that wasn't. But I will save that story for another day. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. And we're going to see that. Oh my God, I can't wait. This is it. This is the story I've been looking for. Oh, we have a problem on our hands. Okay. So here's a great little hack. If you take this web address right up here that took you to this page that says we have a problem, but you go ahead and copy that, then you go to CNN's little interior search section right there. boop, boop, and you paste it there, and you hit search. It's going to come up with, it's putting the top news at the top. But look, in that metadata, it's got all of the keywords that we were looking for anyway to get to the article that most likely ChatGPT found for me. We scroll down just a little bit. We've got all of the same stories with the same information that I was looking for in this metadata up here. And even further than that, if I were to take that original HTML and put it into Google, let me make sure you can see this. Yeah, you can see that. And then right here, enlarge it just a little bit for you. See right there, we have exactly the story that we were looking for, that Robert F. Kennedy was banned from Instagram. So you can find these things on the web if you just have a little patience with it and know that the metadata in the HTML has pretty much all the keywords that you would need to find either that article or something exactly like it. In fact, you could even just, take out those keywords altogether and, just search Robert F. Kennedy Instagram account. And it may be the CNN version. It may not be, but it'll be there. Robert F. Kennedy has been banned from Instagram. CNN, first one. Let's see if it works. It's not as hard as people think it is. So let's get back. Come on, let's talk. It's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect for a very long time, if it ever is. But the truth is, we're going to go back to tip number 1. If it was your research assistant, if it was your intern, you would fact check them too. And that's how we have to treat it, that there's somebody else out there gathering all the information and sorting through it and then, giving us what we need to finish our project. But it's our responsibility to look through it and make sure that it's correct. That's all there is. Oh, by the way, just FYI, a few other really great resources for you are you can go here to Who Is by GoDaddy. It'll tell you who is the owner or the person behind that website. If you don't trust that website or you think it might be fake information or misinformation, you can go to this GoDaddy Who Is site and find out who really owns that site. There's also factcheck.org, very well known for making sure that the sources that you're looking for are correct and verified. Same with Snopes. Snopes is really just good for myth busting conspiracy theories, basically. And there's a few others that I will put down in the chat. Open Secrets, that's what it was. And there's another one, Open Secrets, I believe, .com. Yeah, so it's transparency and accountability under campaign spending. So if you want to know, if the information that you're being fed about a candidate or a bill or a lawmaker of any kind, you can go to opensecrets.com, and sometimes even sealed court documents are there, and you can find out what the lawsuit said. It's pretty cool. Anyway, okay, folks, that's it. That's the 1s, 2s, and 3s of AI researching. Let me know if you like this. If you want to see more just helpful information on how you can make AI work for you. I have some really great sort of stories and information on how you can spot the hallucinations and how you can mitigate it. Little tips and tricks on that too. So give me a like. Hit that subscribe. Guys, I'm close to my 1,000 subscribers. So just, do a chef a favor and just subscribe. Your mom will love you for it. Don't let that door hit you on our way out.